Hey, hey, everybody. December 12th. Merry Christmas, everybody. This is exciting. Thanks for hopping on. I know you have so many things to do at this busy time, but glad you're with us today. We are so excited about today. First of all, who has heard of the new incentive? Raise your hand if you're on the leadership call, heard of the incentive. Okay, this is probably the biggest one I've heard of so far in the company. I've been a coach for 6 years, so I'm kind of excited about this. and so let's get right into it. Kat, will you hop off mute? And I'm going to share the graphic real quick and tell us all about this.
Oh, great. I have my screen ready if you want me to.
Sure, go for it.
Okay. I'm just going to jump right in. This is the graphic right here. Oops, that's the other one. December Dash is what it's called. Brian Drollinger was talking about how he's been a coach for 15 years, and this is the biggest incentive they've ever run. 16 years. So this is crazy. And some of you that were coaches 4 years ago, is it 4 or 3? When they did the $1,000 for 25 new clients?
That was December.
December of 14, I think is when that was.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago. Yeah. This is way bigger, you guys. It's crazy. So basically this is how it looks. And when you look and see, I just want to say this. When you look and see 25 clients from December 12th until the 31st, a lot of you are going to automatically go, I could never do that. Okay? And I just want to encourage you not to, because anything is possible. Okay? And I remember one of my very first trainings that I heard Brian Drollinger speak. He said, if it's the 29th of the month and it ends on the 30th, and I told you I'd pay you $1 million if you became executive director, how hard would you work on that one day to become executive director? So here's how it works. So if you get 3 new clients with 350 volume, then you're entered into a drawing for $1,000. Super cool. So you get 5 clients, you get an additional $250. So you get entered into the drawing and you get $250. And you get 10 extra trip points. Woohoo! You get 10 new clients, all 350 or above volume, just FYI. If you get 10 new clients, which is really easy to hit with Essential and the books, your volume's like 359 or something. 10 new clients, you get an additional 250 and 20 points. So if you got 10 new clients between now and the end of the month, you would get $500 bonus plus 30 trip points. 15 clients, you would get $1,000 and 60 trip points. 20 new clients, you would get $1,750 extra. This is on top of commissions, guys. And you would have 100 trip points. So if you get 25 clients, then you're getting $2,750 and 150 trip points, and you're getting paid commissions too. So that's $5,400 that you're getting paid at least just to help 25 new people. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm all in on this. I'm super excited. John and I are so amped to just reach out and help more people. It's not about us. It's about, oh my gosh, we can make a difference right now. We can help 25 new people. Can you imagine? Can you imagine starting off 2018 with 25 new clients? How fun would that be? So we're totally stoked. We're going to create, we're going to be super active in the coaching groups and offering our coaching tips. And if anybody wants to run with us, we'll message you, whatever. We are running, and we're super excited to do this.
And instead of thinking of all the reasons why you can't help 25 people this month, why don't you just stop that right now? All of you that are having those thoughts, just stop that right now and start thinking about all the reasons why helping 25 people this month would be amazing for them and for you.
And I was talking with one of my friends this morning. I got my hair cut. She's this close to becoming a coach. And I was telling her about this awesome incentive. And it might be what's pushing her over the edge. And she's like, I wouldn't even know where to start. And I was like, all you have to do is share your heart. All you have to do is call people and let them know what you're doing and ask for help and be excited. So, and there's one other thing I want to mention that it's all yours, Shan, is right now going on live on Agents of Transformation, the Facebook page for all of Optavia coaches. Doug Wood is live talking about action steps. We're not going to give you those here because Chantal has an awesome training planned. And I encourage everyone on this Zoom, whether you're watching it live or recorded, go over to Agents of Transformation after this Zoom and watch Doug's playback, because it'll be posted automatically since it's a live. So go do that, and let's just make a huge difference and impact. I mean, imagine how many lives you can impact if you start out 2018 with 25 new clients.
So good, you guys. Thank you, Kat and John, for going over that. You're getting me excited. Not that I needed to be any more excited, but I'm excited. And somebody put in the chat thread about you're getting paid double for, especially like a newer coach. Like, say you had a coach that was thinking about becoming a coach. They literally just doubled their payment the first month. And just think about how many more, that just double the payment, that means that many more people getting healthy. So I love another chat. Watch out, America. These health coaches are on fire. They're ready, willing, and able to help. So good. And actually, that's what the call is about today. It's about how to utilize this incentive and really some very specific action steps on how to be able to do that. So I've asked my team to help me out, and I want like some of the best Tuesday 20s I get off of. I have like a list of action steps that I want to do, and some of them that people say, but sometimes it's just like something pops into my head. I'm like, I'm going to do that. Write it down and hurry and do it. And then sometimes I Zoom with some of you mentoring, and that's always the biggest question is, okay, what should I do? Like, okay, this is my goal, but what do I actually do? And then I say, get on the Tuesday 20 because you will get all of your answers there. Really, this is where you're going to have all of your action steps. So get out a paper and pen, and I want you to write what excites you. Like I said, whether somebody says it or not, but whatever, you're going to do it if you're excited about it. If somebody says something that you're like, that is the worst idea ever, that doesn't even sound fun, cross it out. Don't ever do that. You do things that sound fun to you this month, because that's the only way, like Kat and John said, that you're going to achieve that 25 clients if that's your goal. But if you're going for 5, that's awesome too. But the only way you're going to do that is because you're having fun. So let's start off. Jess, I'm going to pick on you first. Hop off and tell us what your best idea for utilizing this incentive and just client acquisition steps in general.
Okay, so I just kind of want to talk about who to talk to. So I have some great examples of things that I've done recently. I had a lady come over to my house and bought from me, oh my gosh, what are they called? Those blocks. Cinder blocks. Sorry, I could not think of what the word was. She came over and bought cinder blocks from me, and I was helping her lift them in her car, and here she is. She's driving this BMW, and I was like, man, she's really fit. And that's the thought that came to my mind, like maybe she's somebody who does like CrossFit or something like that, you know? And so, but then I didn't say anything. I chickened out. So afterwards, I said, I had her number because she messaged me. So I was like, hey, what's your name? And thank you so much for coming and picking those up. You're really fit. How does that, you know? And so that's really where I started it. And so now tomorrow morning, I'm going to share the program with her and talk to her about coaching. So that's really where it's at. Like, you just find people everywhere. I had my internet fiber network guy come by, and I'm like, hey, do you know anybody who wants to get healthy? And he was like, well, I'm working on that myself. And I'm like, oh, I'd love to share what I do with you. It's just that simple. So share with those that, so my challenge and action step is to share with the first person that you see that you've never shared with before, inside or outside your house. So if you see somebody and it's your next door neighbor and you've never shared the program with her, boom, that's your person. Go share with her, talk to them. And, you know, sometimes getting outside of the house is fun anyway, because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I like to get out.
I love that challenge. That's a good one. Who's in? Raise your hand if you're in. That is so good. Talk to the next person. Okay. I can think of like 100 people right there that I can be seeing. So this will be a good challenge for me. Great idea, Jess. And Jess is a good example of that. If you've ever seen Jess in action, she is so bold. That's what I love about her. I just need to be like around Jess all the time to get those vibes. Because she's just like, you know what? What's the worst thing they could say? It's no. Or no, I'm not going to tell you my name. That'd be really rude, right? So just, it's not even that we're offering it in the first time. It's just connecting with them on Facebook or whatever. And if it comes up, great. But at least you're connecting and you're making, the connecting is fun. We're professional friend makers, right? Good. Okay, let's move on. Hillary Green. Hop off mute and tell us what you got, my friend.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not naturally as bold as Jessica is. I'm the type of person where I come up with the perfect answer like 10 minutes after someone has left. And so I had to come up with some things to do that didn't require me to think for 15 minutes before I met somebody, so that I wouldn't be going, oh, that would have been perfect to say to somebody. So I've had to learn how to ask the right questions to people, whether it is to anybody, whether it is current clients or to coaches or even to myself. And I try to ask these questions to myself. So whenever I'm out and about, I try to ask 2 questions. 1, hey, I'm doing this survey. And so that way I can just say I'm doing a survey, and it's a survey that I created by myself. And sometimes I tell them that, and sometimes I just say I'm doing a survey. What is something that is going really good for you with your health that you feel like is going good? A healthy habit or something good? I asked my son this just the other day, and he's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, hey, you don't drink soda, right? And he's like, oh yeah, that is good. And then I asked them the next question, what is something that you wish was better about your health, or that a healthy habit you would like to improve on? And it is interesting what people say. Strangers in the grocery store tell me, I wish my marriage was better. Or they say, I wish I was 30 pounds lower. Or I wish I knew how to kick this soda habit. And conversations start. But when I start with what's something going well for you, and then what's something that is going better for you, it's really, really, really easy to start talking about the program. Instead of just coming up to someone and saying, hey, can I tell you about this health program? Because then they're like, but they start talking about themselves, and it's really easy to be relatable with them. And so that's something that I just try to ask people. And then for coaches, and I ask myself that too frequently, because this is something that helps us either find our why or remember our why, because it's really easy when life gets stressed to forget our why too. Or when life gets going too easy, or we feel like we've had too much success, sometimes we forget our why. So something that I ask clients and coaches is, what is a healthy habit that you have improved on, or something that is going well for you? And how do you feel like that has made a difference for you? And then what do you love about this program? And then the next question that I ask them is, what do you wish that you could share with the world about this, or with those that you love? And I ask them that because when we create support around ourselves, it helps us as well. And then they either also start bringing in referrals, or they want to start coaching, or it helps them. But when we create this dynamic around ourselves, and we start thinking, what do I love that I want to share with the world? Because sometimes in our frightened spot, we want to keep it to ourselves, right? But when we start getting people to think about what we love that we could share, then they start branching out a little bit. And then the next question I ask is, what is it that you are afraid of? And I have to ask myself this question a lot. And then the next question, what do you wish you weren't afraid of? Because when people start talking and getting to figuring out what those thoughts are in our head, like Dave Blanchard said, we're not our thoughts. That's when we start being able to get to our motivation and being able to get the things that we want to do. And, it helps this be the healthy habits that are a lifetime. So.
Love that, Hillary. The power of questions. That's so huge. So Hillary, what do you do when you ask a stranger that and they answer? Do you connect with them somehow, or what?
Yeah, it usually starts a conversation. So I have a little spot in my phone where I put down their name and I say, hey, I've got some great information. If they say that they're struggling with sleep, I've got some great information on sleep tips. Would you like me to send that to you? And then I get either their phone number or friends on Facebook or their email address, and then I send them information about sleep. A lot of the questions that I find I get from the workbook, Dr. A's Habits of Health, Living a Healthy Lifestyle. There's a lot of questions in there that you can ask. But so many times I forget those when I'm multitasking and doing lots of things. So I always remember that I can come back to those two questions right there. What's something good going for you with your health? What's something you'd like to improve on? And that's something I can ask a total stranger and they will start talking.
Absolutely. Okay, I love that, how you really take it to the connection. Like, not only ask the question, but connect with them and tell them, like, we have so many resources, you guys, like files and files and files, too many resources. But the cool thing about it is that we're able to connect with anyone and share with them something specific. So I love that about this.
Example really quick. I picked up groceries for the first time at Walmart pickup, and the lady that brought the groceries out to me was super, super nice. I had never met her before at all. And she was loading up my groceries for me while my shoulder wasn't working well. And I just mild chit chat, and I said, question for you. Thank you so much for loading these up for me. You seem like you're really healthy. What's something about your health that you love? And she started to talk about how she used to drink coffee, and she doesn't drink coffee anymore. I said, what's something that you would love to improve on? She's like, I've lost 10 pounds. I wish I knew how to lose 20 pounds more. I said, hey, if you want, I've done that, and I've kept it off. I can send you some tips if you want. And so she gave me her phone number to text her. And so we've been texting, and it's awesome. So,
that is so good. That is amazing. Okay, and this is why I have you guys trained, because I didn't know that you're doing that, and that is brilliant. So I want to hear if you guys try this. This is great. And if you have just a plug for Kurt Lee's video about how to talk to stranger, it has similar ideas, but I love both of these. So many good ideas. And if you I'll just put a little, I was just telling my team this the other day, but I remember when I was a brand new health coach, how discouraged I would get, how I didn't know, like Hillary said, I didn't quite know what to say in the situation, or I would come away from a situation saying, I completely bombed that. That was terrible. And so what I did was I just wrote down the situation in my phone in a note section, and I would have a mentor call with my coach, Amber, and I would say, okay, you're in this situation, and I'd tell her the situation, what would you do? And then she would tell me what she did, and I couldn't believe I didn't think of that. It was like brilliance. And it was so funny. After a while, I found myself thinking, oh my gosh, that was just so Amber. Because I literally just picked her brain until it kind of came naturally to me. So don't get discouraged if it doesn't come very naturally to you, like it didn't to me. I felt like, but you just keep doing that and keep thinking of ways. But it's important not to say, oh, I bombed that, and forget about that, moving on. It's, okay, what can I learn from that situation? What can I do next time to better that? So good, Hillary. Thank you. Let's have Tiara come on now.
Okay, Hillary, that was awesome. Jess, that was awesome. These guys are so cool. One of the things that I feel like is really key to your success as a coach is living the program. And if you feel like you've ever been like a slump with your business, like, man, I'm not really getting people to talk. I'm not really getting any new clients or finding other places to chat with people or whatever. Working on your health is the thing that's going to make a difference. Liz is right. Sorry. Oh, my phone. Anyway, so what helps me is that it kind of, if I feel like I'm ever in a slump, I get into fat burn, literally. I get myself into fat burn, and then my business goes into a fat burn. And it's funny how that 5 and 1, oh goodness, sorry. How that 5 and 1 kind of really makes a big difference for me. But if it just means that you're going to start working out more and you include people to do it with you, then you do it. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. We can come back to you if you want, Terry.
Yeah, let's do. Come back to me.
Okay, so I actually love that, Terry. I think that's a great suggestion about your own health. To take a minute, just a second, and say, okay, where am I with my own health? What is my next goal? Am I working towards something? I found myself in this slump for a long time. I was in I'm at a good goal weight, but I was not exercising. I was not living all of the habits of health. And just this last fall, I set a new goal of, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I set that, I'm for sure, oh, sorry, somebody's off mute, whoops. Somebody help me out, find out who it is. But set that goal of, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And it's so interesting how your business follows. You really do. You find that momentum for your business. You find that it like Tiara said, I love how she said that, a fat burn for your business. So that would be a great thing for December. If normally December you gain 10 pounds, what if you didn't this month? What if you found a way to identify those triggers to not gain that? That'd be cool. Okay. Next up is Marcy.
AKA being responsible.
And I'm going to mute everyone real quick because I can't find the person that's off mute. So, hold on. Mute all. Okay, so now Marcy, unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay, there you
Can you hear me?
Awesome.
So as I was thinking about this, I would say one really important thing is to follow up. So just ask a question for everyone. Have you ever had someone tell you about a product or something that they're doing, and you say you're not interested and you never hear from them again? Anyone had that experience? Like, whoa, well, obviously they really weren't interested in me. They just wanted to sell me something. So I want you to think about people that you have perhaps approached about the program, and think about, are you making sure that you're staying connected with that person, whether or not they are interested? Are you building that relationship? Because staying connected and following up and just being genuine with who you are, you just never know when people come around. I've been coaching now for 5 years, and I had a gal who I have reached out to over the last 5 years. She knows about the program. I have several of her friends that are my clients, and I reached out to her again, and she was like, telling me about her struggles. Like how about we chat? And we finally talked after 5 years. And she's like, thank you so much. Every time I'd reach out to her, even though she wasn't ready, she'd always say thank you. And so I think that's a huge thing, is think about those people that you have reached out to and you've talked to, and ask yourself, have I stayed connected with them still, whether or not I'm talking to about the program? And especially during this Christmas season, now is a great time to reconnect with people and just ask them how they're doing. And a lot of times it will come back and they'll be like, yeah, I'm doing great. And how's your health coaching thing still going? You still doing that? And with that, also just being consistent with your business. So as you follow up. So anyway, there's my tip.
That is an awesome.
So action step is find 5 people that you haven't followed up with or that you want to reconnect with, and do that today.
Great.
5 people. Or one.
That's so good, Mars, because that really, I feel like that really shows that we really care about the person. So think about your last conversation with them, go on their Facebook page and just see what's going on with their life and just reconnect with them. That's super, super powerful. And those conversations start, if they've ever been thinking about doing the program, or even this time of year, if this is a stress for them, if they're gaining that weight right now, mid-December, you guys, this is literally the worst time of the entire year that people usually feel. What happens when you feel cruddy? Your brain automatically starts trying to solve that, going, oh my gosh, I've got to do something. So I cannot tell you, there is no better time than right now to share this with people, because maybe they're not going to start like right now and sign up right now, but they are making a plan in their brain of when they are. So maybe they're sick and tired of it, right? Their friends are bringing over goodies. So this is crucial time, and how cool that the company is doing the incentive too. So all good all around there. So thanks, Mars. That was great. Okay, let's have Corinne.
Tiara said she's ready. Do you want to go back to her?
Oh, Tiara's ready. Let's hear.
Sorry. Yeah, toddler smashed her fingers.
Oh.
Anyway, So what I was saying is, you know, get in fat burn with yourself and get in fat burn with your business, and that makes a huge difference. What I've started to do is I've kind of restarted my own health, and I've reached out to people that I've talked to previously and invited them to come and do it with me. And so I've made a goal every single day that I'm in fat burn, I am inviting that many people. So 5 days. Or 5 people every day while I'm in fat burn to come and do this with me. Not just because I want to be their boss or I want them to be my client, but I want the accountability and the friendship. There's something magical that happens when we buddy up and that we're doing something together. And then my last tip is live that program in public settings. We're around a lot of people right now, and they're watching you. They're going to watch you if you're going to go and eat lots and lots of stuff at the buffet, and if you're going to, or if you're actually going to practice what you preach. And so I'm not saying that everybody's going to be perfect, and I'm far from it, that's for sure. But we know what it feels like to be really, really hopeless at this time of year. At least I do. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to overindulge in sweets and to feel like that it really wasn't worth it in the end. And I'll give you an example. Last week I was with a group of friends, and this one was asking me, she said, so how do you navigate buffets? Like, cause it was like a potluck thing. And so she asked me, how do I navigate buffets? She's never been a client or anything. And I just told her what I do. And I said, actually, it's helped me a lot. And I have a lot of understanding of what I want for my health. And I have more fun talking to other people. And so that kind of sparked our conversation. We started talking, and she became my client within the next day. So, just talk to people. I loved Hillary's ideas about questions, asking them questions, focusing on them. But as you're in fat burn, make your business go into fat burn. It's a magical place.
Awesome, Thierry. Thank you so much for sharing. And I hope she's okay. Her finger. All right, let's go to Corinne.
Okay, awesome. So one of my favorite things is staying plugged in. And so just a shout out, I've seen over 75 people on this Tuesday 20 today, which is awesome because I've seen different Tuesday 20s where the numbers go up and down a lot. And so I love that so many people are on this, because staying plugged in has really what has saved my business. And especially going through this holiday season, I think that if you can devote any amount of time to any training, it's going to help you a lot. I know that I've had different times in my life over the last year, even just with having baby number 6 and crazy kid schedules and stuff, that I mentally was struggling with client acquisition and coach acquisition and all that stuff, that I told myself that if I could at least stay plugged in and go to the events and go to the trainings, that way I know what's going on in the company and in our team and things like that, that when I'm able to put more effort into it, then I could. And it has just been a lifesaver for me. And so block out Tuesdays from 1 to 1:30. It's a great time to sit and get training and to get ideas. And honestly, these totally just motivate you. I don't know, Mondays you start out feeling good, and then Tuesdays sometimes it's like, I don't know. So then I hit the Tuesday 20 and I'm like, okay, I can keep going. I can do this. So just staying plugged into the company trainings and to our team trainings, and it's awesome. So
perfect. The power of trainings. And we're preaching to the choir on that one. Good job on hopping on today. All right, last one. We're going to have Heidi end up, close us out and tell us her tip.
Okay, so I want to talk about Facebook. This has been something I've been really trying to work on the last, since July, since convention. So I want you to think right now, or maybe write down on your piece of paper, of 5 non-related things that you feel you're passionate about that don't have to do with health coaching. So that could be like your family, maybe you really have some cool hobbies, maybe you really love cooking, whatever, right? So write those down. And then with those things, those are the things that on Facebook you're going to use to live out loud, right? So, so some things that I use as an example is I might share like a really cool quote, or maybe my kids are being such goofballs and so I share something silly they did. And allowing people to be involved in your life, that you're not always just posting before and after pictures. All those are great. Just being real and not just posting just before and after pictures. The other thing is just being consistent with your posts. So, and I'll give you the action step in a minute, but 3 to 5 times a day, being consistent. So that could be those 5 things and then maybe a before and after picture or whatever along with those 5 or whatever. And then just add value to people's lives. You know, that's, you know, there's so much sadness going on in the world right now. So if you can add value and encouragement to other people so they want to follow you, otherwise they're going to unfollow you. And that's what we don't want. You also want to think about non-controversial posts. I know, like with everything with politics and stuff, sometimes that can be really like a bummer. And so just keep it like positive. And then, you know, keep track of your comments and your likes. That's a big one. I know we already discussed it, but following up with them, it's awesome if you post a before and after picture or a recipe, but follow up with them. Oh my gosh, Chantel, I saw that you liked my post about this crock pot dish. Have you tried it yet? What do you think? Start creating those relationships. It doesn't have to just be the Facebook before and after pictures. And then, you know, ask other people for help. And then starting conversations. That's been a big one for me. I try to do 3 to 5 a day, where I just look through my friends and I just am like, hey, you know, Tiari, I've been thinking about you. How are you doing, girlfriend? You know, what's new? It doesn't have to be like a big conversation, and you're not, the goal is to create a relationship with that person. That's what we're in, is the business of relationships, and not having any hidden agenda involved, and asking those questions. Okay, so a couple different things that I found super valuable this month so far is that having the, I don't know if any of you guys saw the how do you say that? Algorithms post?
Algorithm, yeah.
Yes, sorry. Did you guys see that post? A lot of people posted it, where it said something like, hey, I know Facebook is not showing all my posts, and I want all my friends, I want to see all my friends and you know, just comment below. And I had a ton of people comment, and what that's going to do is it's going to make it so, it's going to make it so that those people can see your post on their news feed. So that's something good. And then this month, something I'm going to do that I did last year that I had a lot of success with is I'm going to post like a thing that says something like, hey, you know, I know with Christmas time, everybody needs a little extra cash. I'm going to put you in a drawing for like $25, you know, Amazon gift card, if you would be willing to post your before and after picture of maybe me or whatever, and like say something like comment below. So that was something that I did last year that I'm going to do this year as well, and I got a huge response. And then those are follow-ups, like if Chantel and Jessica and Corinne, you guys all commented on that and allowed me to post on your feed, or they posted and tagged me. That's a huge opening to create those relationships, but to also create more conversations and a chance to, you know, possibly get that the incentives, right, with the 25 plus people. I mean, how cool would that be to help that many this month and get going forward? And then just commenting on groups too, like that you're involved in, like mom's groups or dad's groups or whatever. That's been a big one too. And then adding new friends. I look sometimes at like friends from high school, and I'll look at, you know, a friend that I knew back when and look at her or his friends and add them. You know, I try to add like 3 to 5 a day, and keeping up with that consistency. And consistency is key, I think, and following up on Facebook is key, because it's such a huge opportunity to meet people and grow your business. But if you're not following up and if you're not staying consistent every day, it doesn't matter what you do. So action step would be, I would really encourage you to post 3 to 5 times a day and see if you, and following up and see if you don't see a change in your business.
Thank you so much, Heidi. That is, Facebook training could be for hours and hours and hours. So that was a great wrap up. Talk to your mentor coach more about that, like specifics on that and kind of what's best for you. But that was so good. You guys, thank you for hopping on for Secrets of Success. If you did not get a million ideas, I don't think you were listening. No, you guys were. But go, a couple reminders, go on to see the Agents of Transformation. Go to that page and there's a live, not live, but it's recorded, and go look at all of their ideas too from different teams. So hurry, if you have time right now, go over there. But if not, sometime this week. And then also put your ideas in the comment thread of where this video is, this recording, so that we can all learn from each other and do this together. Don't forget, if you're in the Utah area, we're having a Christmas party at Friday night at Amber and Jared's house. So we'd love to see you there. But I think that's good for today. Thanks all for hopping on. See ya.